Well, howdy, folks. My name is Delirious, and this is Jusant. Take two, because I was playing with my mic muted. Well, not muted. I'm playing on PlayStation, so if I move my headset, that registers as the main mic, not my actual microphone. So I must have moved my headset in a way that it switched to that. So I said words and I did things and well, there's a puzzle that I got stuck on and now I figured out that I'm doing it wrong. So we're back though. I'm back. And I have good news. The good news is I found a different job. A job that will allow me to make more content so that I can release more content frequently instead of sparsed out or spaced out between a few days later, a week later, a month later. So that's also very exciting on my end. I've been trying to land this job for a few months now. Not the exact position that I got, but I'm happy to be working for the place that I applied at. I will miss my old job. I worked that job for like 4 years. I work with great people, but unfortunately, part-time and minimum wage just doesn't pay the bills these days. So it's onwards and upwards. And it's like I said, it'll allow me to make more frequent content so that my content is a little more consistent for the YouTubes. So it's not like, did this guy forget what he was doing? Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do forget a lot of things, but no, my content is oddly spaced out because I work and then I'm too tired to record, or I have to get up early, so I'm like, well, I'll record another day, and well, we all know how procrastination goes. I imagine a lot of you are probably watching this video. Well, you're supposed to be doing something. Like homework or cleaning. You could be doing both. Whoa. That'll never not surprise me. But what I was saying before is just how much I'm enjoying this game. Like, there's a lot of reading, which, as you guys have heard, I do struggle with that. And I can face that. I'm not the strongest reader. Okay, so place a second. Oh, um, there we go. Okay, and then you just swing on over. I guess so. But yeah, you guys are gonna learn. I'm not the strongest reader, and that's okay. That's why practice makes perfect. Honestly, my reading actually used to be quite atrocious before becoming a dad. But then I became a dad, and I started reading books with my kid. And I've gotten slightly better. I still, as some of you hear, I still sound like Porky Pig trying to read something. That's all, folks. The thing I find funny is I am not a strong reader, but I am a great speller. Like, even at my current job, I spell check a lot for a few fellow employees. But yet, reading the words I struggle with. I find that funny. I can spell like no tomorrow. Like, you give me a word, it won't take me long to try to figure out how to spell it. But then I try to read it in like a book or even a paragraph or something of some sort, and nope, not a chance. And honestly, lately, when I haven't been working, me and my wife have been playing Disney Illusion Island, the game that I never knew I wanted, but I do. I've been my wife's almost done the game, and I've helped her here and there with little things because we both have Switches. But now I want to get it for myself. But it's a surprisingly big game. Like, as far as like the map goes, like there's all these little sections and whatnot, and it all just adds up to this massive game with so much content. But it's not so much to where it's overwhelming. It's like the right amount of content. You know, like you ever play a game that just has the perfect amount of content, not too much, not too little? That's Disney Illusion Island. It it's honestly a really good game. And it's co-op up to 4 people. I go with Goofy. Goofy's my go-to character. And that is because you can hover. When you hover, he like squeezes a mustard container, or you can swing off these little ropes, and his rope is sausages. It's awesome. Oh, so I can lower down later. Okay. Um, can I just? Oh no! I'll get back up here. Don't waste your rope. I thought I could just whoa over there. Okay, so at some point in time I gotta go up there. But let's see what we got over here. Tight quarters. Tight like a turtle. Squeeze a squeeze. I'm not sure what to play after this. and Alone in the Dark. I will be returning to Alone in the Dark. But besides those two, I'm not entirely sure what to play next. Like, I've had a debate on a few different games that I have that I think would make for good content, and they are fun. A couple of them I've played previously before, so I'll be able to talk about the game and actually have an understanding of it. But I also feel the need for something new, and that's the great thing about this new job is I'll be able to play more of the newer games that pique my interest. Pardon me, but I noticed I've stopped receiving newspapers. Is there anything I should do? Could this be an oversight on your part? While I'm at it, I should really stop trying to do that voice. I should mention that I really enjoyed your article on the Choco Show. Soul, Kiki, KK, whatever. Also, I don't know how well this mic picks up, because this mic is quite fantastic as far as picking up audio. But if you hear a lot of sirens, don't worry, I didn't do anything. I mean, I'm recording on YouTube. That's my alibi. I'm kidding. I really am. If any police happen to listen to this, I am kidding. But there's quite a bit of sirens going on in the background, and that's because where I live is almost always a ghetto area anywhere. Like they say, like, like 12 a.m. What is it, between 12 a.m. and 5 a.m. or 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. or something like that, the witching hour, for spooky shit. Well, once it starts to get dark out, the witching hour for, we'll call them fentanyl zombies, and all the criminals, that's when they start. Hell, they're probably why our parents told us once the streetlights come on, you best be home. What if that is the reason? Anyways. Greetings. As you know, there isn't enough water for the postal relays to function, and too few pebbles available to deliver the paper in good conditions. Because of this, the voice of the ravines, yes, team has decided to cease publication. Although our desire to inform our readers, I'm telling you, I'm not that great of a reader, is stronger than ever. We haven't yet decided what form our daily paper will take in light of this new situation. Thanks for your feedback on the show. I've always enjoyed covering that event. Let's hope we get an opportunity to discuss it again one day. When there's no water, everything seems so fragile, doesn't it? I have my one headphone on and all I hear is sirens, and I kind of just want to check. Oh, it's a lizard. That scared me for a second. Anyways, I kind of want to check it out. Kind of peek my head out. Okay, so I went. Okay. Is there anything else I need in here? It was just a little note about an article. Alright. That's the thing about a smaller city, is like, when I lived in Edmonton, so many people were like, oh, crime's not that bad. Yeah, in a city of almost 2 million people, you're not really gonna notice it. But in a city just maybe breaching 40,000 people, you're gonna notice it. Or at least I do, and that's because I grew up in an even sketchier and quite a bit more dangerous city than this. Although from what I've heard, it's cleaned up quite a bit, which is nice. Oh snap. Wow. That had the possibility of going very south, and it did not. I'm starting to feel like Spider-Man. Kind of. I really want to... There's an idea. I just thought of an idea. Look at that. I might go through the Spider-Man series on here. I don't have Spider-Man 2018 Remaster anymore. It sadly went with my PS4. And by went with my PS4, I mean my PS4 just did not turn back on one day, and Spider-Man went with it. But I do have 2 in Miles Morales, or Miles Morales and 2, so I could always get the other one. And it would help me clean up those last few trophies so I can platinum all 3 games. Because I was all excited. I platinum Spider-Man 2. And then a little while later, I look and it says I'm missing a trophy. I'm like, what are you talking about? New Game Plus. And then I got happy because I'm like, ah, an opportunity to play through Spider-Man. Pretty? 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 Pretty. We'll go with Pretty. Pretty's a pretty good name. I've never seen so many people coming down from the heights. And some are stopping in low tide. Maybe my situation is not so hopeless after all. The ocean provides for a patient heart, as my mother used to say. Maybe I'll finally manage to meet someone. It's been slim pickings up here. See, sometimes I add words just because in my head it makes more sense. I don't know how to really explain that. It's the same with the knowing how to spell thing. If there's a word that I don't know how to pronounce, I'll know another word that means essentially the same thing. I used to read a dictionary when I was a kid. There's a fun fact for you. Delirious used to read a dictionary, which I think adds all to the more that reading out loud, I'm not that great at it. But yeah, I used to read a dictionary because I was bored. Apart from old Yom, maybe. He makes my heart flip with his dimples, calloused hands, and that plaid shirt he always wears. Sounds a little steamy. I don't know why I'm the way I am. Yom? The baker? I hope you're joking. I can never tell when you're pulling my leg. Anyways, I'm leaving for the tower too. Sorry, Bassa? 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 I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. I wish we could clip our carabiners together like we used to before running aground on the old pier. I wish I could convince you to come with me. But that's how it is. I'm crewing up with the neighboring village. They found me a spot on one of their pebbles. We'll see each other again somewhere down the plain, won't we? Don't be angry with me. I'll miss your letters. Aw. What's this way? A platform. More reading. Alright. I And that was really it. Just going on. Okay. Just making sure. Making sure I didn't miss nothing. Any notes? A thing. Don't mind that noise. I'm enjoying a peace tea. Caddyshack, to be exact. Probably my favorite flavor. Also one of my favorite movies, which oddly enough I discovered that they made a second movie. Apparently, according to one of my coworkers, it was garbage. But the first one's fantastic. Like, just look at that view. Like, it's just absolutely breathtaking. Like, I just felt like a little bit of emotion rush through me just seeing that bit of a view. You know, I love when a game does that. Speaking of emotions, Ozzy Osbourne died, and I'm very bummed out about it. I grew up listening to Ozzy Osbourne. I grew up watching the Osbournes. I watching the Osbournes as a kid. I didn't know who Ozzy Osbourne actually was until my mom was playing Iron Man, and I was like, "This song's cool." She's like, "That's Ozzy." I'm like that old grumpy dude from the Osbournes? Yeah, he's a singer. And she's like, "You didn't know that?" I'm like, "No." So then she gave me like a few of her albums that she had of Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne, and it's just been a fantastic ride ever since. But me and a friend of mine talked about something, and we called it. It's only a matter of time before someone came up with some bullshit video of a conspiracy on as to how Ozzy Osbourne died. And I found it. Ozzy Osbourne's death doesn't add up. And it was literally under a thing I think on TikTok, conspiracies, celebrity conspiracies or something. And all I thought of is like, what doesn't make sense? The dude was old and dying on the inside. All those drugs, the alcohol, the partying, the weird things he did in his youth, that shit catches up to you. Just want to make sure there's nothing else I missed here. I feel like some of these doors I should be able to like knock on or something, you know? I imagine if there was talking and not reading, probably. But I just like the man died because he was old and he had a lot of health issues. I tell you, I did watch a lot of his last concert on YouTube, and honestly, even though he was strapped in a chair, what an incredible fucking performance. Like, one of my coworkers came up to me and he's like, "Have you heard the news?" Oh yeah, we already came this way. I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I heard." And he's like, "You good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I'll survive." But I was very bummed out, and I've been listening to Ozzy Osbourne for days now, just to kind of cope with it, you know. I was stuck. Zipline! I don't know why I said that with almost a German tinge to my voice. But I was really excited about a zipline. Zipline! Falls off. 9! Yeah, like whether you like Ozzy Osbourne or not, the man was an absolute fucking legend. What he did for the heavy metal community was amazing, and even that's an understatement, you know? And I know a lot of people, there's a lot of people out there that didn't like him, and you know what, that's fine. Not everyone is meant to be liked. I'm sure along the way I'm gonna find haters that find a reason not to like me. I just realized he's got sunglasses on. Alright. Where are we going, little feller? Am I going the right way? Am I going the wrong way? Okay, there we go. So I am supposed to go up there, but how? I have to find a way up here. Hold on. We gotta backtrack a little. I think I went the wrong way. Yeah, see? Got all talking about Ozzy Osbourne and stuff, got myself a little snow. There's got to be a way. Yeah, like whether you like him or not, he did great for the heavy metal world, the community. The dude was a legend, and as he got older, he's also just a super nice dude. Like I've had friends that have seen him live and actually like got to meet him, got shirts and books of his autographed, and none of them have had a bad thing to say about him. Like they always say, like, don't meet your idols or your heroes. But everyone that I know that has met Ozzy Osbourne, which is a few friends, have said that that's bullshit. Meeting him is one of the greatest moments of their life, which is good. And I wish I could have got a chance to go to one of his concerts back in the day. Can't go that way. I'm stuck. There we go. Okay, but how am I supposed to get up here? That is my question. And I'm going to say it because I know a lot of people may not want to say it. Because not a lot of people are a fan of Youngblood either. But the dude's a fantastic singer. And the fact that Ozzy passed the torch to him, best decision. Alright. No. Dang it. Okay. got to be a way to get up there. But how do I get to the up there? So it says zip line and then zoom, and there's nothing else there. I don't think I'm supposed to climb the bottom of anything. Excuse me. Excuse me. Is there a plant that I'm supposed to know? Ha! Hehe. Hehe. Nope. Hehe. Oh, can't go that way. Duh. I actually forgot how to play this for a moment. And I tried to do something that I couldn't do, which was just climb without pressing L2 and R2. Okay. Well, it took me a moment, but I figured that out. Okay, so we gotta be quick about this. Oh yeah, we're going the right way. No, we're not. Gotta go up here. Haha. Okay. There's this, yeah. I thought there was gonna be like an alternative way, but I don't see it, and I ain't gonna try to chance it. Okay, hopefully those return. Like, look at this real quick. Oh, I can't take a screenshot while I'm recording, but this is just such a beautiful view, a very high up view. Very terrifyingly high up view. For those afraid of heights. I am not afraid of heights. I just don't. I don't mind them, you know? Now, the ocean, that's something I'm terrified of. We did it! I'm completely wrung out, but we made it in time to join the expedition. There weren't many of us there, barely a handful. Oh, that's a lot to read. Alright, you know what? With longer ones like this, if y'all want to read it, I'll give you a moment to like pause or some such, but that's a lot to read. I will come back to that later. But I ain't trying to read all that. Anything else I missed in here? No. Alright, well, like they say, onwards and upwards. So. Now we do gotta be quick because the sunlight and so forth. Told ya. No, climb, you silly little shit. Okay. Oh. No, climb up, man. God damn it. Alright, I'm gonna retry this, but we're gonna be a little bit faster. Okay. Down. Damn it. Oh, that's not really much help. Oh. Damn it. Oh, I can just reach the rocks. Okay, now where though? Haha. I think. that was a bad idea. Okay. Alright. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm just gonna leave it here. We'll come back and we'll try the climbing in the next part. Until then, if you like watching me play games and slightly fail and babble about things, like, share, and subscribe with all that you can.